Hey, how's it going? Commander64 here. This is part 2 of the cockpit build for Elite Dangerous. I want to start off by saying, if you're new to the channel, thanks a lot for taking the time out of your day to check out my video. I really appreciate that. And if you've been here before, great. Thanks for coming back again. I appreciate that too. The channel is split up into different playlists and you've reached the Elite Dangerous section. If you're new to the game or familiar with the game, or you're just thinking about picking it up because you like the look of it, I hope that this part of the channel can be part of your regular viewing. In the previous video, I went into Photoshop and designed some armrests to make playing the game a bit more comfortable. Did some measurements, got all the tools and bought the MDF panels, so everything was ready. And you can watch that video if you haven't seen it by clicking the I in the top right of the screen there. And this is part 2, and I'm going to be sawing up all the pieces and getting them into the shapes they need to be, cutting them all out, so they're ready for assembly. So I'm going to get on with that now. I'll see you in a minute. Here I'm just marking up the side panel. It's about 30 inches long and about 25 inches high. I used an easy square for the angles. The short angle from the bottom goes up about 45 degrees, and the longer angle I measured from the top, that's about 25 degrees. I sawed this first one by hand, and it came out reasonably well actually. As you can see, I used that first side panel as a template for the others. This is the bottom panel now. And the sides and bottom would fit together like this. And on the PC side, I'm going to cut these windows out, these shapes here, and we'll have sort of a grill across. Something a bit more and a bit nicer than chicken wire. I'm thinking maybe spray that copperish or something like that. And using a combination of this, which is a plasterboard knife, and this little saw here, I have butchered a piece of wood. As you can see, this is not working out for me. This it's embarrassing really, isn't it? So my father-in-law has kindly lent me one of these, which should get the job done a bit nicer. Okay, got me gloves, got me mask. These drill holes are entry points for the electric saw, so I can cut out the windows. The windows are for ventilation on the PC. I'll probably put a some sort of grill in that PC armrest and spray it copper. And on the controller storage arm, I will probably put a solid piece of paneling in there and spray that copper. The reason I'm going for copper is because our living room is colour coded with grey, teal and copper. So I'm going to be eventually painting the cockpit in those colours. And that will keep my better half happier because it will fit into the room a bit better. So hopefully she won't mind as much and my life will be a bit easier as a consequence. These are the panels that will hold the sides together at those back angles. Now there's the top panel. On the PC case armrest, the top panel is wider than the bottom panel. I'll explain why in the assembly video, but basically we're going to be screwing through the top of it and holding the panels together. On the controller storage armrest, the top panel is the same width as the bottom panel, and that's because the second side is going to be that thinner piece of MDF which is going to have a hinge and is going to be a swinging door. So this piece is going to go on the bottom rear part, the 45-degree angle, and if you get this easy squarer, you've got a pivot point there. You've got a pivot point there, and you get that lined up, and you pivot it, and when you get to your degree on the other side, you can see it says 45. Then you can draw a line there, which I've done, you can see, and I've decided to do this with the handsaw. And what I tried to do to try to get the saw to follow a guide was to score a line here with a penknife. And I scored both sides there. The results weren't the best, but it did the job. Right, there's all the pieces. We've got two side pieces. Bottom piece, top piece, this top back side with the door, and the bottom back side. So I'm going to leave this part there. Everything's all sawed up and ready for assembly, so in part 3 I'm going to be sticking it all together and showing you some sort of rough build. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like or subscribe, or leave me a comment down below to let me know what you liked and what you didn't like, and I'll keep making these videos. But for now, it's Commander 64 signing off.